Hey, I'm back on the 460 Super Cobra Jet build. For a while, we had a few issues with the block. The line hone was knocked out and it needed a sleeve. We found that one of the cylinder walls had a crack in it, the one that needed a sleeve. And put a sleeve in an engine is a perfectly fine repair. There's really nothing wrong with it. Putting a sleeve in an engine in a bore that has a crack, if the crack doesn't go all the way to the bottom or all the way up to the top, is a fine repair also. I don't feel comfortable doing that. This is not, a 429 Boss block. It's not a number matching block. It's a 460. So I just went out to my core pile and I grabbed another 460 and we started over again. So because of that, we lost some of the crucial measurements that we took when we disassembled it. So I'll show you what we're going to do now. Using the same rotating assembly. The engine had no hours on it. It was just a problem with the coolant got in through the intake. But of course, we're still going to put new bearings and rings and all that kind of stuff in it. We don't have to rebalance it or anything like that. But what I have to do now is I have to measure our block and see where our decks are. So we're going to have to adjust our deck heights. That we know for a fact. So we're going to mock it up, put the crank in it, put a piston in each corner, and measure it. And then for tomorrow's vid, we'll come back and we'll deck the block. Now, just because we're mocking it up doesn't mean we have to, still has to be clean. So we took the block. It's already been hot tanked. We hot tanked it. We bored it 30 over. We have to do the final hone for our pistons. Get our clearance where we want for our hypertectic pistons. So I'm just going to put two bearings in here. We're going to lay the crank in. We're still going to oil it up, even though it's a mock-up. It's a workout. Dropping a 460 crank in by yourself. But as some of you guys know, pretty much all our videos are done late in the evening. And we're just gonna, make sure everything's clean. Even though it's mock up, do our assembly lubes, all that kind of stuff. We'll torque these down. We'll go on to measuring our deck height. So the whole idea behind why we're doing this is we want to get our quench numbers down as low as we can, but we also want to make sure, because quench just helps get rid of detonation and it kind of makes horsepower, and we also want to make sure that we're all equal on all of our four corners. We don't want cylinders working against each other and all that kind of stuff. I've seen these blocks 30 thou difference from high to low. Set our gauge here. Okay. Okay, let's throw the pistons in it. I'm going to put a little oil on here. I didn't get crazy putting the assembly lube in there or anything like that. It's mock up. We still want to have some oil on there, though, right? How important is doing what I'm doing? In my opinion, it's incredibly important. I don't know I can't think of a single engine I've ever done here where I haven't square decked the block. A single V8 engine that I haven't square decked the block. Not a one. If we were doing this, building up an engine from a production, crank and rods and all that kind of stuff, and just factory replacement pistons, we would first check all of our piston compression heights, okay? And then when we resized our rods, we would bring them all to identical length, and then we would do this. Because you can have a variation in your rods, a substantial amount, right? Which would make all of this useless. Okay, so now that we have these side by side, we can tighten these up, like so. Okay, one last piston to go. Then we can measure. If you're wondering how come I'm not putting the little protectors on the rod bolts, because I can reach in there and grab it. My hands are free. I'm not struggling getting the rings in or playing with the ring compressor or anything like that, so I'm not going to nick the crank. But I absolutely never put an engine together without putting my tubes on there. Like I said, for this particular mock-up, I'll be fine. Tighten these up. We'll get some measure tools. We'll see what we got. We're going to put our magnetic dial gauge on there. $18.5 thou. Okay. We're going to move this over here now and do the same thing in all four corners. Again, I'll try to stay out of the way so you're just not looking at my back. All right. Maybe you guys can see that, or if it even matters. Okay, and then we're going to rock our piston, and we're going to measure it. 20 thou. That's pretty close. Yeah, so I guess that's it for this evening. It's getting pretty late. Time to head home. Like I said, we do all these in the evening. Gotta make the money. Business first, play later, and this is kind of like playing for me. I love doing this for you guys. So anyways, if you like what I'm doing, if you like my channel, if you think it's of value to you, please consider subscribing, and I look forward to seeing some of you guys out there at a drag and drive event someday or whatever. Okay, guys, everyone take care and have a nice evening. We'll catch you guys tomorrow morning.